my gosh, you guys, she released new dates. I'm in the queue to register for verified pre-sale, verified fan pre-sale, whatever it is. And my heart is pounding. Registered. What a way to start my day. Nothing like a little adrenaline rush thinking that I may, after all, get to see the Eras tour, other than just via my TikTok algorithm. Good morning, welcome back to another vlog. If you're new here, my name is Sarah. I'm a PhD student at Indiana University. I am currently writing my dissertation. I study rhetoric and composition. The dis specifically looks at vlogs, embodied writing, feminism, and a bunch of cool other stuff. I get into the nitty-gritty of my writing processes and just try and give you guys an honest look sort of behind the scenes of what it's like to be a PhD student. So if you watched my last vlog, if you're not new here, I shared that I've been feeling pretty just like down bad lately, like physically. Not necessarily like body image stuff, just like my actual body has not been great. I deal with chronic nausea literally for like as long as I can remember, and I feel like it has periods where it really flares up and periods where it is like more manageable. And when I was back home a couple weeks ago in Miami, it was really bad. And I know that it's related to heat. Like I absolutely cannot tolerate being hot, and the feels like temp in Miami was like over 120 multiple days in a row. So literally just like sitting in a car, I would feel like I was about to vomit because I was so hot. I feel like it may or may not be related to the anti-anxiety medication that I take. So all that to say is this vlog is going to be featuring some like healthier choices, trying to focus on just like feeling good and not like healing my body, but prioritizing my body and prioritizing my health. So I have been working through this book called In the Flow, and the writing of it is a little bit cringy. As far as self-help books go, I'm pretty picky with like the actual writing because I don't like for them to be like in your face. And this one is very in your face, like, does your life suck? I'm gonna teach you how to make it better. But once you get past all of that and you get into like the actual content of what she's saying, she talks about cycle syncing, which is not what I thought it was, which is when like two people sync up their periods together. But it is syncing up your lifestyle choices with the 4 phases that go along with your menstrual cycle. And I have found myself like taking notes as I'm reading this book because there's just so many things that I just like didn't know about my own body that I feel like I was like never taught in like science classes or biology or health classes, because we are taught like more than anything about like the man's body, and even like modern science up until like now a lot of studies are using predominantly male bodies. So this is really interesting, and I was reading it and I told Megan I feel like I'm unlocking something. So it's something that I'm going to try out. It obviously is not something that I can like do overnight and not even do in a whole week. I feel like it takes like several years before you finally like start noticing differences. But in this vlog I'm going to continue working through that book, sharing what I'm learning, and just focusing on like, you know, making some healthy lifestyle choices. So this morning I had a bit of a slower morning, minus the adrenaline rush of realizing that Taylor Swift is going on tour again. I signed up for like to be in the queue, or not even the queue, to be in like the pool of people who might possibly get selected to possibly get tickets, and I still had like that crazy adrenaline. So if I do get selected and I actually get tickets, imagine like what I will feel. It's just nuts. Anyway, I have been trying to focus on some slower mornings, just really being grateful for the flexible schedule that grad school has allowed me. And I know that I'm like very often not grateful for grad school because it's a really challenging time of your life when you are paid so very little, overworked constantly, and just like constantly dealing with imposter syndrome, and you guys know the drill. But I'm trying really hard to focus on like the tiny moments of gratitude and the larger moments too. And one of those is this really flexible schedule where I am able to, especially now that I'm in the dissertation phase, like sort of set my own deadlines in a way. And I'm not even teaching this fall because I'm on fellowship, so everything is sort of up to me. So if I want to have a slower morning, I'm able to have a slower morning. If I want to spend more time cooking a healthy, nutritious meal for dinner, I can absolutely do that. I don't have any children besides my cat Pirelli, so just trying to like really be grateful and home in on this opportunity that I have. Okay, somehow it is already after 1:30. I am going to do these dishes from last night that Megan and I were just like not feeling dishes last night. I also am still working on the book review that I talked about in my last vlog, more on that. And I'm wondering if I might run some errands. I just have like a few returns to make, and I like didn't leave the house at all yesterday, and I'm not proud of that. So that might be good to get out of the house. Got to return a library book to the public library, got to return some stuff to Target, and then I got to return some pants to Old Navy because I ordered 2 sizes online, and obviously I'm only going to keep one. So that sounds like a good way to get out of the house. And of course, if I'm going, I have to get a little drink, a little treat. So I'll probably get a matcha. Okay, dishes are done. Wiped off the stove, the counters, and now I'm gonna eat some leftover lasagna. Doesn't look super appealing because it's leftovers, but this is totally vegan actually, which is pretty wild because it's so good. You make a ricotta out of blending up tofu with sunflower seeds, like shelled sunflower seeds, like with the shell off. And there's like a basil pesto, there's some mushrooms, and there's nutritional yeast to give it like that cheesy flavor. It is from Thug Kitchen. I can link the recipe for anyone who's interested. And we also bought this minimalist baker cookbook. Haven't made anything from it yet because it just came from Amazon, but I did make a dessert that she posted on her Instagram yesterday, and it's so good. So the dessert is these like homemade Reese's bars, and these are also vegan and gluten-free. It's a no-bake recipe. You do almond flour, peanut butter, coconut oil, and then you melt like some chocolate and peanut butter on top, and they're so good. And some flaky sea salt, of course. Okay, I got my matcha. Now let's go return some stuff to Target. Okay, returned the pants to Old Navy, and then I was like, okay, quick in and out of the mall, but H&M's like display looks so good, and H&M is like the one thing this mall has going for it. I just can't believe Bloomington has an H&M because like I feel like they're rare in Miami and Orlando. Anyway, so I tried on a little coastal grandmother fit, and the shorts were cute, but they looked a little cheap. Like you could see like the pockets through the shorts in the front. You could see like the underlining of the zipper, and that felt for 30. So I ended up just getting the sweater because it was pretty good quality. H&M sweaters always like wash really well for me. And yeah, so here I am. I'm supposed to only make money today by returning, and I am spending money. Okay, the lighting is dark because I have a lamp behind this that I typically light, but the light bulb is burned out and I don't feel like replacing it. So it is somehow already 4:19. I threw on this cozy Michigan sweater just to get in a little cozy space. I'm going to finally do some work, some writing for the day. Talked about it quite a bit in the last vlog, but I'm doing a book review for publication of this book, Our Body of Work, Embodied Administration and Teaching. Reading through this book, or rereading through it these past couple weeks, has also like inspired my thinking about like needing to prioritize my physical health and my body, because you hear or read a lot of stories from writing professors and writing center professionals and just like writing program admins in general in universities and colleges and just institutions of higher education, and how it's just like taken a toll on their body. And just made me think a lot about like, can these two things coincide? Can I have like a healthy, cared for body and a job in academia? Which, you know, just some like light thinking, nothing too heavy or dark. And I also think a lot about like, will I be able to be a mother and be in academia and be like the kind of like involved mother and like partner that I one day hope to be? And yeah, so that's also prompted the thinking. So I set up the beginning of this book review, explained who I think it's in conversation with, how it's like contributing to the field, and now I'm gonna go through and sort of just like summarize each of the sections, and I have pretty detailed notes about all that, so I don't think it's gonna be too hard, but I am feeling a little like sluggish and tired today. It might be because I took a hydroxyzine last night, just because I was feeling a little anxious before bed, and I don't always feel like I get restful sleep when I do that, but I was anxious. So let's get to writing. I thought I hit record to have like a cute little aesthetic clip of me typing, but I clearly didn't. So it is 6:32 now, so I worked for about a couple hours, and I think that's all I have in me for today. Megan said yesterday that she doesn't think you can do writing for more than 3 hours a day, and that is so true. And personally, I don't think I could do writing for more than like 2 hours in a stint. So I could have probably done an hour this morning and then still been fine to do this, or I could probably do like another hour later today. But I have some time before it's due, so there's no need to like force myself to do that. I just want to work on it a little bit each day is the goal. So I've never written a book review, and they're harder than they seem. Megan has written one before, and she told me that the other day. She said they're deceptively difficult. And this one is feeling a little difficult for me because it's only 1,500 words, which is like nothing. And I am already at like 1,000 words, and I have only covered like an eighth of what I want to say. So clearly I'm gonna have to stop going into as much detail, make some choices, but the plan is to like just write it all and then like go back and cut what's not necessary, or I can send something that's slightly over the word count, I think, to the editors and say like, what do you think I should cut? But I'm not gonna send them like 5,000 words because that's just like really rude, and I feel like they would be like, what the heck are you doing? No. So since this is an edited collection, different articles are categorized by theme. So there's 10 different sections. Well, like one is just the introduction, so like 9 different content sections. And as I'm writing the review, I thought that I would just go in order of them just for like the sake of simplicity. Like section 1 is about this, here are my thoughts, section 2. But then I had the idea of maybe I categorize them, since there's 9, by 3 different themes, and say these 3 sections belong in this theme, these 3 belong in this theme. And I made a list with some symbols of which ones I feel like go together. But then when I was trying to like articulate and like name what that theme was, I was just like, oh, this is hard. I like can't put a title on it. But I do feel like that would make things a little more organized, because since there's over like 30 pieces in this, because a lot of them are shorter and more creative like narratives, it is going to be impossible to talk about every single one of them. And I feel like if I did this theme option, it would be like less obvious when I choose to ignore one or not talk about it in as much detail. But if I go section by section, it's like if I leave one out, it feels really obvious, and then like I'm sure no one's gonna read this book review, but like what if one of the people who wrote a section that I didn't talk about, or a chapter I didn't talk about, read the book review and they're like, what the heck, why didn't you talk about mine? So I don't know, that's what's causing me some difficulty right now. So maybe I'll come back to this tomorrow and say, okay, here's a word that I can put for how these things like relate to each other, because right now I'm just like, yeah, these have similar vibes. So yeah, it's just more challenging than I thought that it would be. So it's also hard to balance like summary and like commentary. I don't know, probably because I haven't written in a long time, and my advisor tells me this thing where it's like, if you give a small fish a big body of water, the fish will only get bigger. And he says that in terms of like time, referring to the body of water, and I feel that way right now. Like, this is a small fish, I need to keep it in a small body of water, some like narrow time constraints, so it doesn't turn into a big fish, because it's just a book review, not the dissertation. Which I have a writing deadline coming up for the dissertation on the 15th. He wants to see 15 pages by the 15th, and I have a majority of that. I just have to go through and like edit it. I don't really know how many new pages I need to write for that, and I'm scared to look until I finish the book review. So that's where I'm at. That's my little rant about writing and organization and all of that good stuff. I saw this thing on TikTok where you rip up a bunch of like paper and put it in a box and bury some treats in there, and cats have to dig for them. It's called an enrichment box. And she found one treat. I put 3. I'm nervous I'm just gonna think it's a litter box though. But the comments said that cats know that it's not, so. Okay, so for dinner, I just warmed up leftovers from last night, which was black bean tacos with some peppers and then some homemade queso, which is so easy and so good. You just basically melt down white American cheese, add in some spices, and a can of green chilies. Probably wants more of the enrichment box. I'm kidding. She wants to be let outside, which is Megan's area, not mine. And I'm gonna throw some lettuce on. Not like super healthy, but it's protein and it's a meal, which is a big step up for me these days. Okay, it's a little after 10 o'clock and I feel like typically I get in bed and I'm on TikTok for like 30 minutes to an hour and then I start reading and winding down, but I'm going to put my phone up and just jump into reading and hopefully get a slightly more restful, or not even slightly, much more restful night's sleep tonight. And I'll check in with you guys in the morning. Good morning, happy Friday. We made it to the end of the week. This morning I sat and I read another chapter of the cycle syncing book, and it was all about syncing up your diet. So that was really interesting, and I'm obviously not going to like make a complete change to it, but I might try and start incorporating some of those foods depending on like what phase of my cycle I'm in. But today's an exciting day because I'm going to change out my second hole. It's been almost 2 months, or it's been over 2 months actually, since I got it pierced with Megan for her birthday in June. So time to change it out. I want to get some gold in there and I want to start having like more like stacked hoops and stuff. So this is actually perfect timing because Ana Luisa sent me over some beautiful pieces, including these super pretty gold dainty hoops that I'll try on in just a second, as well as a really pretty bracelet and a super versatile everyday necklace. So here is the bracelet. It is gold chain links. It looks like it is a watch without like the actual face of a watch, and I feel like these bracelets are like really trending right now, and it's really easy to put on, just snap it right in place. And it actually came with like a little envelope of additional links if you need to change the size out. And then here is this beautiful pendant necklace that they sent. It is just a really simple gold dainty chain with a nice little faux diamond charm. Goes with everything. You could wear it just like as an everyday outfit if you're going to a coffee shop like I'm about to do, but I also feel like it would be like a really nice finishing touch if you have like a lower scoop neck dress or something that you want to elevate just a little bit. Pirelli has now joined me to talk more about Ana Luisa. I've been working with them for honestly since I started my YouTube channel. They were the first company to ever gift me anything, and I still have those same pieces that they gifted me back when I was home during COVID in like 2020, and they have truly not rusted, turned green, or tarnished whatsoever. So I'm going to show you some of the pieces that I've had for years now and the condition of them and how they look basically brand new, because 100% of their pieces are strength and humidity tested, and their designs are super affordable, starting at only $39. They offer free and fast shipping and free returns to the US and affordable worldwide shipping, and all of their pieces are backed by a 2-year warranty, which is wild. If anything is not to your liking for whatever reason, it's tarnishing or you don't like it, you could return it and get a free exchange for 2 whole years. And one of my favorite things about Ana Luisa is they are climate conscious. The brand is carbon neutral, climate neutral certified, and they offset 100% of their carbon footprint. So thank you so much to Ana Luisa for gifting me these beautiful pieces and for gifting me pieces over the span of these past few years that I've been doing YouTube, because they truly have stood the test of time. Okay, it is now the moment of truth to change these bad boys out. Okay, got the hair tied back. Let's do it. I know for Megan's, the back, like, I should wash my hands. Okay, I know for Megan's, the back, like, slides off. Oh, this is not as easy as I thought that it might be. Okay, let's try the other one. Got that one out. Let's put in, that is a cute little stack. Okay, here we are. That one's a little red, but it's okay. Okay, eating a mint, so ignore that, sorry. I worked for about a little under 2 hours at the Inkwell, and came home, dropped off my book bag, chilled for a little while, and now I'm going to go to Kroger. We weren't able to get all the ingredients last week that we need to make these lettuce wraps because they were out of like this one seasoning. And I just want to like get some more poppy, and I should take another look at the list of the ingredients that the book said would be like healthy for me to eat. I might just get, I don't know if anything is speaking to me. I really want to try and find some miso soup to go with these lettuce wraps, but we're also gonna go to the farmer's market tomorrow morning. So maybe I'll get like some fresh produce and stuff there. Okay, so Kroger did not have what I needed. It still like had a little note on the shelf like, sorry, we're out, just like they did earlier this week. But I just grabbed some poppies, so I was like, whatever, I'll go to Fresh Time. I kind of wanted to be bop there anyway. And they also just don't carry it. I don't think it's anything crazy, it's chili paste. But like all I see is like sweet chili sauce or like chili curry sauce, and like that's not what we need. So yeah, rip. I googled it, it said you could like try with sriracha to make the recipe, so it might flop, but here we are. I called Megan and was like, is there something else you want me to grab for dinner? And she's like, no, I can't think of anything else, we could just try it with the sriracha. This is just like an annoying part about Bloomington, that like when students are back, things just feel hard. And I'm trying very hard to make this vlog, I don't know, to like practice more gratitude in this vlog. But this is annoying, and I've been feeling the annoyingness of Bloomington being too small for the size of the student population here. And yeah, students are back, baby. Time to drink a poppy and read some Harry Potter. Some lettuce wraps for din. It's tofu, and then they're supposed to be like thicker rice noodles, but we just used what we had, which is more similar to lo mein. And a spicy-ish sauce that we ended up making just with sriracha. Throwback to my near meltdown. And some chopped nuts on top. Good morning, happy Saturday. Have my iced coffee from Brilliant, which we went to after we went to the farmer's market this morning. So last night I went over to my neighbor's house and we watched The Bachelorette Hometowns Week. And then I was like, hey, we're going to the farmer's market tomorrow. And she's like, oh my gosh, I've never been, because she's only been in Bloomington for like a year. Pirelli. And we got some good stuff. I got this Scholars Inn Bakery honey whole wheat bread. I don't know. Oh shoot, I realized it's not sliced. That's okay. I don't know why, but it just looks so good. And I had to get this raspberry jam to go with it. Megan got some plums. We got some blackberries. We got a blueberry muffin and munched on that as we were just browsing around. And I got some beautiful flowers. And then, as I said, went over to Brilliant and got a nice coffee. So I'm about to call and try and make a pedicure appointment for me and Megan. She's going to Michigan over the next few days with some of her friends from a volunteer program that she did. And she said she needs a pedicure before that. I don't need a pedicure, but I want one. So I'm gonna go with her. So I'm gonna call and make that appointment. Okay, somehow it's already 5:05. We got our pedicures. And then we've been talking about getting a membership to like the local grocery store co-op, which is called Blooming Foods. And basically you pay a one-time fee of $90, and then you, like when you move, you can like withdraw your membership and then you get your money back. And you get like a lot of discounts on stuff, and they have stuff that I don't really see carried a lot of other places. So I signed up and I was like, Megan, what do you say we just keep a good time going and we go to Blooming Foods when we were getting our toes done. And I got home, we ate lunch, and then I filled out the membership thing, and it's like, it's only processed Monday through Friday, and it's Saturday. So I was like, that's unfortunate, but I wanted to get some stuff to make like a healthier dinner tonight, or like a cycle synced dinner. So we just went to Fresh Time, and I can show you guys a haul because the vibes are good and we got some fun stuff. And of course we stopped at Starbucks on the way, 2 drinks in one day. So I'm gonna make a little rice bowl that has rice, some cooked greens, maybe some broccoli, a sweet potato. It's supposed to be brown rice, but they didn't have any. or like any of this brand, and this is the brand that I really like and it was on sale. And then this dressing looked really good. I've never had it before, but this lemon tahini, it's a dressing and a marinade. We got these Cedars pita chips and this Cedars hummus to go with it. Fresh Time is like a really bougie grocery store and we do not go there. We go to Kroger because we cannot afford this. Living beyond my means today. I got a Doc Pop Poppy because they don't carry Doc Pop or cola at Kroger, and Doc Pop is probably my favorite flavor. I'm gonna try this silk yogurt. These peanut butter filled pretzels. I had some almond butter filled pretzels when I was home in Florida and they were so good. Some chocolate granola, 10 grams of protein. The packaging really sucked us in on these goodles or goodles. I feel like they're gonna taste just like Annie's, but this is a Cacio e Pepe flavor. It was like $4 for this tiny box, but it is what it is. And also chickpeas go in the bowl tonight for some protein. Megan got this little bar. I think she said she saw it on TikTok or something. It's supposed to be like a Pop-Tart. And then some more protein waffles, but I got chocolate chip this time. Okay, just took a little everything shower, lotioned down my whole body, obviously washed my hair. Here's the hair oil I'm using, just from Trader Joe's, but I love it. It's like $4 and it'll probably last me, I don't know, the rest of my life. I'm doing this just because my hair is like a little dead at the end and I'm not able to get a haircut for like another month just because she's so booked. Spray some Main Magic. Okay, it is a little after 7 o'clock. I feel good having showered. I feel like, you know, just really taking your time, exfoliating, lathering up, all of that stuff is another way of like caring for your body. So I think I'm gonna do a little bit of journaling, reflecting. I thought that I might end up getting up to some work later today, but I didn't, and that's okay. Last night I was up pretty late. It was a bit of a rough night for me, and I felt a little bit out of it today, and that's okay. I am just gonna get it done tomorrow and then use Monday for editing, and I really don't have that much left. I'm not too concerned about it, fingers crossed. So we'll get after it tomorrow. Good morning, it is 8:45 a.m. and I told myself I was gonna be a morning worker today, but I am so tired for no reason. I fell asleep before like 11 last night. Let's go downstairs, get some coffee. Okay, drank my coffee. Let's have a little Sunday reset moment where I strip the bed and wash the sheets. Okay, caffeinated, dressed, face washed and moisturized, and now it's time to do the work. Sometimes the hardest part of writing, nice really, is just like sitting down and forcing yourself to start. But let's do it. Okay, it is like an hour and a half, less than 2 hours later. And I finished stint 1 of writing. I got what I wanted to get done for that first stint, like one other section. And I feel good. It's like before noon and I have it done, and I need to get back at my morning writing kick. Slow mornings are great, but I just need to like, I just need to wake up a little earlier, I think, so I can still like chill out a little bit, have my cup of coffee, watch like a 20-minute vlog or like journal for 20 minutes and then get into writing, because I just like feel so much better knowing that I have writing done, and then I can just like move on with my day instead of like feeling like this dark cloud over me. And like, we know this, everyone knows this, I've known this forever, but it's so hard to like actually do it. The only reason I was able to like write this morning is because I knew I wanted to get 2 stints done. Well, because I have to, because the deadline's coming up. I'm definitely gonna have to go back and cut a bunch down, but I'm trying like really hard just to get it like all out. And I do think I like the way it's coming together so far. which is good because normally I hate what I write. If you write, you probably feel the same. And I'm just like, I have such a love-hate relationship with writing. Okay, it is 3:11. I'm proud of what I've gotten done so far today. And I think I'm gonna finish up all the writing pretty soon here. I just have one more paragraph of like actual content to write, and then just like a really short and sweet couple sentence conclusion. I also, during that break, did some cleaning. I did the dishes. I also swept and mopped the kitchen, and I think I broke Swiffer. So if you're watching this when you're out of town, Megan, I'm so sorry, but I will pay for it and replace it. And now I just made some Annie's mac and cheese, and I ate some chips and hummus for a little girl dinner, even though it's lunch. And I'm drinking a cherry limeade poppy. Okay, it is 4:38. I have finished writing. I feel like I could push myself to get all of the edits done later today or tonight, but I'd rather just like really take my time, how I've been doing with the whole thing all along, and go over it tomorrow morning. Probably like go to a cute little coffee shop or something. So just have the rest of the day free. I just ordered a bookshelf from Target, and I think I'm gonna like, I want to do something like hands-on. So that'll be like a good little project for me, and I'll put it together tonight. We just keep getting more books and we are running out of space. So there's $40 room essentials from Target. And that'll go in the office, and yeah, feels good. Feel proud of myself. Okay, things are a little bit of a disaster. I clearly picked up the bookshelf. My neighbor happened to be outside and she was like, do you need help carrying it in? And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, thank you. But I had to take out the pieces and like bring them upstairs piece by piece because it was like surprisingly heavy. Anyway, we are about halfway done. Have the top part built, Pirelli managing the bottom part. But this is the only screwdriver I can find. I know we have like an actual like good one, but I don't know where it is. And I texted Megan, but she's busy and hasn't responded. So these are just getting really hard to screw in, and my hand is hurting. So I might just wait till Megan can text me back. I also had to label the pieces myself because they didn't come labeled. And this is the back of it, but I can just resume with it tomorrow. It is almost 9 o'clock, but dinner is served. Good morning. Happy Monday. I woke up way before my alarm today, like before 7 o'clock, and I was just like tossing and turning, trying to fall back asleep, and I just couldn't for some reason. So it is already at 10:20. I ended up just watching an episode of Real Housewives of New York. It's an all new cast this season. I've never seen like this franchise before, but I'm really into it. Watched a couple episodes last night. And I talked about it in my last vlog, but I got the cookie butter creamer. I think it was my last vlog. And I decided I'm not really a fan. Every time I've made coffee with it, it's just like, it gives me the ick by the end. So I could go out and buy a new creamer, but I'm just gonna go to Starbucks. I have a lot of stars, so it'll be a free drink anyway. And I thought that I would go to a coffee shop and do some work, but I really just want to be cozy. It's raining, gloomy out. So let me go get my coffee and then make these edits. Okay, back where we started this vlog, I think, but it is much later now. I obviously finished a draft. I emailed it to who I needed to email it to. I finished the bookshelf, got a blister on my hand, and it's crooked, but it is what it is. It's done. And then I just had to take a little nap. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here because I think I'm gonna pop my memory card in and get to editing for the rest of the night. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you again to Anna Louisa for the beautiful pieces that you have gifted me. And don't forget to use my code SarahFisher20 for 20% off your order. Their pieces are incredible. You'll see me wearing them from here until the end of time. And if you're not subscribed already, don't forget to do that. Turn on post notifications, follow me on my social media channels, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!